For more than a half-century, Dean Borg has graced the television airwaves in Iowa, covering everything from tornadoes in Charles City to the jungles of Vietnam and the Paris peace talks. But Borg found a longtime home at Iowa Public Television and the political roundtable program, Iowa Press.
I think that Iowans, and they have repeatedly told me over the years, the guests that we've had on are so informative to let them know what the different sides of each issue is in the Iowa legislature. And that's what we wanted to do on Iowa Press, is to go beyond sound bites and to expose issues and the different reasoning behind each side of a controversial issue. I think there's no better place to cover politics than Iowa, other than Washington, D.C., because this is where it all begins, the presidential politics. And you get into Iowa, all the people who are just dipping their toes, their political toes, into the possibility of running for higher office.
Iowa Press, Sunday, March 2nd, with guest Jimmy Carter, former governor of Georgia. Iowa Press, a weekly news interview program for Sunday, April 22nd.
Doesn't it frustrate you to be constantly asked about Ronald Reagan, and without having Ronald Reagan visible before the people, he's back?
No, it would frustrate me if I weren't being able to put together the strongest, best organization in this state.
Speak to the caucus goer. Why should you, George W. Bush, be the Republican nominee for president?
Well, I appreciate that, Dean. I'm running because I want to change the tone in Washington.
Among caucus goers, you still hear the reservations of perhaps a lack of experience in other things. That's a matter of resume. Either it's there or it's not. So how do you explain that?
If they want somebody who's been in Washington a long time, I'm obviously not their choice. There are folks who've been there 30 years.
What they should watch for is, are the reporters unbiased? Number one. Are those questions fair? I don't mean catering to whomever the guest is, but are they fair and don't come into it with a seeming agenda?
For our news panel, I'm Dean Borg. Have a good week. For our panelists today, I'm Dean Borg. Thank you for joining us. Good afternoon. I'm Dean Borg. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.
I'm Dean Borg, and thanks for joining us today.